Like, I know for myself, whenever I have like anxiety that's really, really bad, I have like, I'll have a panic attack or an anxiety attack, and it's happened at work. Was it really hard for you to be open about everything and your anxiety at first?
To be honest, with the whole, Avicii thing, it wasn't up until I think that point where I was like, you know what, I don't want to hide like what I went through. If I went through it, Avicii went through it, I'm sure there's someone right now going through the same thing. My first festival I ever went to, I actually got to perform a song. That was the craziest.
Which EDC was it?
Vegas.
Always says, he's like, when you guys are together, just like magic happens.
I go another corner, and then there's like a pink cow statue outside someone's house.
I got chubby. Like, I was in third grade. Come towards Lunchables. I don't know.
Oh my God, Lunchables. What was your favorite Lunchable?
You want to hear something that no one knows?
Oh, yes, we do. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 6 of Millennial Girls, and this is a continuation on from episode 5. We had so much fun, maybe too much fun, never too much fun, with Zack Martino, so we are just going to get into our epic conversation we had with him right now.
That's an amazing story, and that's such a great Vegas story too.
That was my first time in Vegas. That happened.
What?
That is so awesome.
Oh my God,
That's
is
a great
amazing.
Story.
I mean, you know what's so funny is, I've interviewed a lot of people over the past 5 years, and the DJs always have like the craziest kickoff story.
Yeah.
Like Nightmare had a very similar story to that. He was in the crowd of Ultra, and Skrillex played his song, and like that's how it started. Like, everyone has these crazy stories, and it's just so amazing, and it shows that you can do it. It can happen.
This is the only industry it could really happen, because like if you go see a band or an artist, it's pretty unlikely they're gonna play your song. Oh well, it happens like if I'm out at the club in New York and I'm with my friends, the DJ would play like my song. Like, I'll hear my song being played, I'm like, oh, that's so, like, I always feel like, oh, that's so cool. Like, he probably doesn't even know I'm here, but the fact that he's just playing it out is just like super cool. So yeah, I still get like that too, but all these like little moments really do just make you like appreciate everything. The craziest experience probably is Armin van Buuren, how we're like homies now. Like, that's just mind blowing, because he was one of the first artists that I've ever heard, like dance music wise. So it's just crazy.
You've had so many crazy experiences, and I feel like we need to definitely touch on the Crave U story again, because it's such a hopeful story, I feel like. So if you guys don't know, Crave U is his single that's killing it on the charts right now. And it took him 7 years to make.
Yeah.
Seven. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So, tell the story.
I'll go deep. I'll go really deep. So this was like 2017 at this time. I just finished building the studio, but ever since I was young, like 2012, 11, I was getting my my stuff from this guy at Guitar Center. And I always knew him as like the Guitar Center guy. Like, I would always call him like, yo, is Mike there? Like, this is, like, I need this. Throughout the years, me and Mike became really close. And now Mike is actually the spokesperson for Universal Audio. He's very, very, very talented audio engineer. And I would just text him like, yo, like, working on this song. I was like, and I had this remix that unfortunately, like, I missed the deadline on. And I was like, yo, Mike, I have this song here. Do you know any vocalists that, you could send this to? 2 days later, he sends me back a song by Lenny. And this was like the first version ever of Crave. And this was 2015. But at the time, my sound was like all over the place, and I didn't have like this housey sound now. It was like, I was doing a little trap stuff here and stuff like that. So this was like, it wasn't the right time to release it. So like throughout the years, we would work on some other stuff. We'd hang out, we'd do this, but we never finished the original song that we started back in 2015. And the reason 7 years is because she wrote the hook, I Crave You, a couple years before she even heard my song. So it's been just like a whole process of this song, just like little by little, just going. So now it's 2019. I'm in Amsterdam for I had a show there, and I also was doing like writing sessions and stuff. So I went to like London and like a couple days in Amsterdam for like 2 weeks. So I was away from home for like a month. So the last day of me being in Amsterdam, I had an interview with it's a company called Theater Pro, and they do like master classes. So I had to sit in front of a laptop for 9 hours and just create something. I woke up that day and like shit, like I'm exhausted. What am I gonna do? Like I don't have a song. Like I'm not. Those days where you don't feel like creative.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, it was like one of those writer block like moments I was having, and especially it was like I was away for a month from home, and I'm like, damn, I gotta do something. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna work on that song with Lemmy. I'm gonna work on it. I don't care. I'm gonna have a couple shots of espresso. And I'm gonna just crush it. And that's like what was like motivating. I was like, I'm gonna do it. So I get there and they were like, yeah, what are you gonna do? I was like, yeah, I have this vocal sitting here. I'm gonna just make a whole new song out of it in my style, the style that I'm going for, and stuff like that. So that whole 9-hour session that we were recording and no breaks, like I was just coffee, work. Like it was a crazy experience. That song was basically done by the end of the 9 hours. She sends me another vocal, and it's the I crave your love, dun 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 dun. It's like that main chorus part. I'm like, did this just become a radio song? Like this was supposed to be just like a club record that I was gonna play out in my system. Like, wait, no, this is a radio record. Like this, I could hear this in my car, and everyone just like their whole vibe about that song just changed. And we're like, no way. So that's how it became like a radio sounding record, and then that's the version that we put out.
The stars aligned, and the crazy part is that it's one of those things where you could have forgotten about it 7 years before, but then obviously you had the opportunity for it to resurface at the right time, right place, and boom,
it's a sign.
It's so true. It's like I don't know. I don't want to question it, but I don't know how like things align like that. You ever notice like how you meet someone, like you know what I mean? Like how one thing leads to this, and then it's like you're here and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. So
wait, this is so crazy. We were talking about this. Oh my god.
Racquel's freaking out right now.
I'm freaking out.
Okay, yesterday I went on a walk. We're totally like we're going left right now. So
no, by the way, Zach, I told Natasha, I was like, this is gonna be such a good episode, potentially like a 2-hour episode, because it's gonna be so freaking epic. Like it's just gonna go there.
Yesterday I went on a walk, and mind you, like I've been pretty cooped up. Like I can definitely feel comfortable being at home and cozy. So I was editing a lot for the episode that we're releasing tomorrow. And I was like, okay, you know what? I finished what I needed to do, kind of like what you were talking about earlier. And I was like, I can keep going and get into like this like overwork pattern, or let me just like take a step back from my painting, take a look at it and come back to it, you know? So I did that, and I was like, let me go take a walk really quick. So I walked around kind of just, I don't know, for like 30 minutes or something. I put some like meditation thing on. I was listening to it, trying to just like breathe, relax, do my thing, and zen out. And literally, like, if you haven't noticed, like our brand is very pink. And so I was walking around and I was thinking about, our interview today, and I was thinking about like a photo shoot that Racquel and I want to do together. And I was kind of asking myself, like, what do we want to talk about? What kind of photo shoot do I was just asking myself those questions. And so while I'm walking, literally no joke, it was like I walk and I saw a pink house. Then some of these are like really unusual, like a pink house. Then I'm walking, and then in the middle of like the forest, I'm not kidding, I see a pink dining set outside. Then I turned the corner, and like I didn't know where I was gonna walk. Like I've never walked this way, so I walked another way. I go another corner, and then there's like a pink cow statue outside someone's house. I'm not kidding. Then I go around the corner, and then there's like a pink ribbon coming out of a tree. Like so unusual. And I was like, okay, got it. Like getting the sign. Thank you very much. Like, so I immediately like text this guy that he's a really good photographer. And I go, well, he was like, oh, what kind of photo shoot do you want to do? And I was like, pink, like everything has to be pink. I don't know where, I don't know how, but like help us like come up with an idea. And just, obviously like along the walk, like I started writing a bunch of notes about stuff that I wanted to ask you today. And so it just all kind of came out. But one of the things that we've talked about in previous episodes too, as far as like the stars aligning, is you could say Racquel and I have been, let's say, 7 years in the making, because I mean, I don't know exactly, but we've both, you know, considered doing like our own side projects, whether it's a YouTube channel, which she did start her own, and a podcast, or, you know, whatever it is, like our own kind of project. And I've actually started a couple, which, you know, they still have a Facebook page and whatever, but they're just not paid attention to. Even like with a partner and everything, and then all of a sudden they're just like, they back out, or, you know, something goes wrong with like an order that I did, and it kind of just like falls off. And in this case, I don't know, we got really lucky that we met each other at the station, and it started off kind of weird because she thought that I hated her, and this whole thing, you know, you guys can hear it on our previous episodes, but
episode 2, I thought she hated me.
She's like, that's it. And no, and it ended up being that, I guess, you know, right time, right place. We both, you know, obviously were meant to meet each other at the station, and here we are, you know, so.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's so crazy because yesterday she texted me. I did this Instagram live with this programming director actually in Palm Springs at the iHeart affiliate out there. And he was like, you and Natasha complement each other so well. You guys are so funny. You're the yin to her yang. And he's like, I was telling him how even her fiance always says, he's like, when you guys are together, just like magic happens and things align. And that only happens with certain people in your life. 100%. So I think it's so funny that you mentioned the stars lining and everything, because same thing happened for us. Like, I think the stars really aligned at EDC Orlando for us, which is so funny that we both have this like EDC. Some magic happens there, man.
Shout out to Pasquale.
Right?
Seriously, like, this is, if you've never been to EDC Orlando, when festivals come back, please go, because it is like the craziest, most magical experience
place
ever. Yeah, seriously. It's like an alternate universe in the best way possible. But
really get sucked in.
Yeah.
Because like I hear stories of like people like forming like serious friendships there too. It's like it's a place where everyone just like is like there's so much love in the air, and like everyone's so happy.
Yeah. I mean, we spent so much time together that weekend too. And it was just basically the two of us. Everyone else was doing their own thing from the station. And we had written out goals that we wanted to complete, so I think that helped. But yeah, it's definitely the stars aligning. Everything happens for a reason, like I said, but there's definitely signs everywhere. Like I always said it for me, so the color red has always been like a weird sign in my life. So like very strange, but my college colors were red and blue. Then when I worked for the Panthers, red and blue and gold. Then I go to work for a radio station that's red and black. My dance studio I grew up going to, red and black. I was like,
wow,
this, like, my whole wardrobe is red, because Natasha's always like, wow, you have so much red. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, it's very strange. It's a weird situation.
And now we're pink.
Now everything's gonna be pink.
It's so funny. Speaking of like that, my sister, so it's an ongoing joke, because every holiday, every single freaking holiday, it could be Cinco de Mayo, like not even like a Christmas, like just any event, she always wears this red hoodie. And it's not like a planned thing. Like every holiday, Halloween, like she'll always end up in this red hoodie. And I'm like, Jessica, I'm like, no. And one day she was wearing it. I'm like, oh, it's not a holiday? And she was like, oh no, it's President's Day. I'm like, what the hell? Like, it's the weirdest thing. I can't explain. We literally have pictures, like a whole album on my phone of every holiday, her in a red hoodie. And it's like, it's a weird coincidence, like how that happens.
Okay, well, you had a picture the other day, and I was like, red? It was black and white, and your shoes were red.
That's the only picture on my Instagram that's red.
I know, and I was bugging out.
Yeah, that's like the only red thing I own. Well, I kind of own.
He's looking in his closet right now.
That's basically it. And I got, it's actually funny, like all I have, like everything I wear is like black, leather, like all this stuff. But I have like these flannel shirts that have like flowers on it and stuff, just in case like I went to my music.
He's all laughing at himself.
It's all black, and then you have like palm tree shirt right there.
I need to see this. We need to see these Hawaiian.
Bring it, show us.
One girl in 3rd grade says to me, she goes, why do you always wear black? But then like looked at me like this, like, you know that look, like that look?
Right.
Yeah, like the disgust look.
Like, what? Like, why do you take, like, what, like, mind your business? Like, you know what I mean? So that always stuck with me, like, since 3rd grade.
I was like, wait, even in 3rd grade?
Yeah, I wore black my whole life. I don't know.
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
Like, my favorite shirt was a T-Rex shirt back then. And it was like the worst feeling ever when it didn't fit no more. And it was a really big T-Rex, like, on my shirt. And like my mom threw it out, and I was so pissed because like I got chubby. Like I was in 3rd grade. I having too much Lunchables. I don't know, but I miss now to this day I miss my T-Rex shirt.
Too many Lunchables.
Oh my God, Lunchables. What was your favorite Lunchable?
Oh, you know what's so funny? I had it recently because I wanted to see like what I ate.
Was it the pizza one?
It was the pizza one.
No,
I knew it.
Back then it was fire, but now it's like,
it's cardboard.
You're drunk. You're really drunk.
You're like,
I mean, I'd eat it.
I had
hell
the
yeah.
pizza ones, and I would have the nacho ones, the one with the little salsa and the nacho
The
cheese.
nacho ones were fire.
You want to hear something that no one knows?
Oh, yes, we do.
So my ex-girlfriend, she owns like this cheerleading gym by me. This was like when I was just like starting out. Like I had maybe one song out, and I was just like doing everything. I was working on music at her cheerleading gym, and the first song I ever signed to a major label was made at a desk. I had to like beg little girls for like $5 so they could cheer. Like I had to do that while I'm literally making music and sending it out to record labels. Like that's how I literally started.
You were the receptionist.
I was literally the receptionist with my headphones and making beats on my laptop while I was asking Sophia for $3. And like having to yell at Sophia for not cheering without the money. It was.
Oh my God.
Sophia, your mom needs to pay tuition or else you can't cheer and I need to finish this beat. So you got to figure it out.
Rich Boy. I did a with Galantis.
Mm-hmm.
That remix started out at the gym, and I made it, and literally I made it in 2 days, and it has like over 40 million streams.
That's hilarious.
Isn't that crazy?
We never knew that Zach was trading a Lunchable with a 10-year-old.
I was like, wait.
Literally.
Were you eating Lunchables at that point too? Because I mean, that totally fits.
I mean, yeah, probably my mom packed me probably like peanut butter and jelly. Like that was go-to though. Like we didn't have money for Lunchables. Like she made me peanut butter and jelly. Like that was that.
Oh my God, this is amazing. Now it's so funny. See, you had that moment too, because when I was teaching dance, I was also working for the Panthers. So I would like have to go run to a game, or like once the hockey schedule came out, my boss was amazing and she would work around the Panther schedule. And so I remember when I switched from being in-arena host to just digital, I didn't have to stay for the games. So I would leave the game sometimes, have to go teach, but be like full glam. And I would just change into my sweatpants and be like, all right, Emma, shuffle step. No, not shuffle ball change. Like, come on. And it's so crazy that, and they'd be like, Miss Rocky, you look so pretty. You look like a Disney princess. And then I'd come in the next day and have no makeup on. My hair would be in a bun, look homeless. And they'd be like, you looked better yesterday. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Emma. Thank you.
Look, these little kids have some nerve.
Oh,
they really,
yeah.
Like, I was hungover once. I remember this like it was yesterday. I had a show. It was like a local show. And I come in because sometimes these kids cheer at like 7 a.m.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to be there to open up the door, like I had to let these kids in. And I was so hungover from the show. And they were so loud. Like when they're like stomping and.
Oh, I do. Because I've taught hungover many times.
Oh my God. That was the worst. That was.
I had to work my way up the totem pole. So when I was in college, I had to teach at 9 a.m. on Saturdays. And I had like the 3-year-olds and I was teaching tap. Oh my God. I thought I was going to die from my head exploding.
I would die. Like if I had a migraine and hangover, I can't hear it.
Oh my God.
There's no way.
When we were at EDC Orlando, she had a migraine like the last day just from being up and all that stuff. And she was not good.
I started taking on the last tour, I got really sick because like I actually stopped drinking for 6 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was like I went like completely sober. June, July, August, November. Yeah, probably till January, and then I had a show in January where I was just like, because I always felt like I needed it. I always felt like I needed it to perform. So I was like, you know what? I'll only drink when I have a show. But then I was doing 3 shows a week, and I became like a low-key alcoholic in that. And it was like, okay, I need this to do this. So I stopped drinking altogether. And then in January, I was like, you know what? If I'm going to drink, I'm going to celebrate with champagne after my set. So I know it's not like I need it. Because I wasn't like drinking at home or like working and having a 6-pack. It was more like, you know, I'm going to drink, get really drunk, and then perform because I don't want to feel nerves or any of that stuff. So I celebrated with champagne, and that's what led me into like, now it's like I don't need anything, but if everyone is cheersing or if everyone's having a shot, I could have that.
That's a good way to do it. I know that Flume came out public with that whole like the same story where it was like he needed to drink.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like it was like a month or 2 ago that it came out. I can send it to you, but he talks about the same thing where it was like he needed to get drunk before he went on for the nerves and everything, and then he realized it. You know, I think now that everybody talks about it so much nowadays, it's like you kind of notice it in yourself before you go into like a downward spiral. So
yeah, it's crazy because like I was looking at old like videos and pictures of me from like, you know, that time, like June throughout the whole summer, and I put on like so much weight, and I was just I was just like in a very dark place. And it was so crazy because back then I didn't even feel like I was in a dark place, but like I really was. And I was just eating. It was no sleeping. It was just all that. Now going into the, like, after this quarantine, next tour, I'm going to have like a whole new mindset, and everything is like, I can't wait. Like, I literally just lost throughout this whole quarantine and a little bit before 40 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So I just, so I've been like just working out every day, like every morning, 9 a.m. I was always like a thin kid, like from like right after high school, like 18 to 21. I was like really thin. I was like 140 pounds. So I was actually too thin. But then, you know, once the depression hit and stuff, like some people turn to drugs, some people turn to like alcohol. I just went to McDonald's. Like that's like what I did, and I just didn't give a shit. Like I just was eating. I didn't care, and I was that plus the alcohol. I basically didn't realize I was hurting myself, and I didn't realize how it was affecting my mentality as well. Like it wasn't like I got lazy or anything. It just made me like fidgety, like agitated. Like I felt like I always needed to like eat out. I never ate home. Like I always was, you know, and it was crazy because like I would work from home, and then 8-9 o'clock comes, someone's like, yo, we're going out to the bar. And I'm like, damn, like I didn't even eat all day because I've been working. So then I go to the bar and I eat a burger and fries, and it's like, that was like constant. It was like four nights a week. And I was just like really damaging my body. So I just completely, that's why it's like, this quarantine was really necessary for me. Besides Corona, like forget coronavirus is even there. Like, I mean, just like self-quarantining and just like focusing on myself was, I guess, needed for me personally.
I said this yesterday. That's so funny. I literally said the exact same thing on the Instagram live I was on, because everyone was like, he was asking, you know, you're so always going to events and always doing something, like how are you adjusting? And I said the same thing. I was like, honestly, I'm doing okay because I'm working out, I'm drinking enough water, I'm getting more sleep than I've probably gotten the past 6 years of being in this industry.
100%. That's exactly how I feel.
Resetting my body. So, and I honestly feel the best I've felt in probably 5 years. I'm not joking. Because we're able to like have some sort of schedule, and it's like, okay, obviously after this is over and the craziness is going to go back, we're going to have to figure out how to manage it.
But not, it's like, even if the crazy, it could be an apocalypse, but if you have a good mindset, you know, it makes it all better. Like, yeah, like when we go back, it is going to be crazy. It is going to be sleepless nights. It is going to be on the road. You just got to give your body what it needs, and you got to make sure that you're doing everything to make yourself happy, rather than, you know, what's the word? I guess just like take time for yourself still, like still self-quarantine, still like it's okay to just relax and be by yourself. Like I'm a loner, like I've been that way my whole life. You know, as I got older, I do like, you know, company. But now it's like, as much of a loner as I am, I do miss that like interaction with people. I do miss, I do miss going out to eat, not eating burgers, but like just laughing with friends and just hanging out. I do miss being on the road. I miss all this stuff, but it's going to make me appreciate everything once this is all over.
Mentally, to keep going, you have to make yourself feel good. And, everyone's lives are different, right? Like, we have very crazy lives. We go through a lot being in this industry very early on, and it's very crazy. So I think for us, it's a reset. And I feel like everyone I've talked to, doing all these interviews and these Skype interviews that I've done with you guys, everyone's saying the same thing, and everyone's so thankful for this time off because it's so hard on our bodies. Like, I'm to the point now where I'm like, okay, I haven't drank enough water for 3 days. I now know that. Like, that's insane, because normally I'm not drinking enough water. I'm drinking so much coffee. I'm cramping. Like, then we're going to an event. You're drinking wine and this. Like, it's for us. We're like resetting, and we need to be healthier. So it's working out for us. And of course, there's a global pandemic going on. Everyone's going through some shit. That's for sure. But we're all gonna be stronger after it.
Good.
That's so exciting.
Good things to come.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Zach, thank you so much for being on this episode. I honestly, like, if we could talk to you every day, we would, because it's such good conversation.
Me too.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was nice meeting you, Zach. And I'm like, hopefully the next time that we meet in person, I want to get a tattoo tour. Will you give us a tattoo tour?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's tatted. You can't see, but
I'm like covered. But actually, June 15th, hopefully it opens up here. I have my whole entire back. I'll show you.
Oh my god.
So it's my whole entire back getting covered.
So, oh my gosh. So anyone listening in, now he's showing us his back tattoo. Is it a tiger?
Yes, it's a tiger.
Okay.
And it's going to be like some cool design. Like,
you're going to be Tiger King!
hey guys, I feel so bad. So I make my coffee like every day, but I realized like this cup, whenever I would go like this, it would have like...
Wait, I didn't notice that. Did you, Racquel?
I know, I didn't.
No.
Because I've been looking at it like this, so not thinking anything of it. But then I'm like, oh, fuck, no way. Like...
It has a middle finger on the bottom, so when he like takes a sip, it like flips us off. Have a great day, and then he flips us off when he takes a sip.
I did not mean to.
No, thank you again. Thank you, Zach. It was a pleasure. We had
thank
so
you guys
much
for having me.
We had so much fun chatting with you and getting to know you more. And I'm glad that you gave us and all the listeners advice early on, and told us all your fun stories. EDC. Can't wait to meet you in person. And
yes.
We'll see you next time.
Let's do it. Ibiza soon.
Yes.
We're going.
Thank you guys. We are going to see you guys in the next episode. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page if you're watching on YouTube. We are on Spotify, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts as well. We appreciate you. We love you. And what we say here is peace, love, and unicorns. Gotta do a peace sign. Thanks. We'll see you in the next one, guys.